What if success wasn't about talent, but about one simple decision made every single day? This is the inspiring story of Amanda, the girl who proved that showing up every day can change an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. Amanda was an ordinary, 20-year-old girl, living in a quiet town where nothing exciting ever seemed to happen. She wasn't the smartest student, the fastest runner, or the most talented artist. Every time she looked at social media, she saw people her age achieving incredible things, while she felt completely left behind. One rainy afternoon, Amanda sat by her bedroom window, staring at a notebook filled with unfinished goals. Learn graphic design, read 20 books, start a business, exercise every morning. Every dream had one thing in common: it had been abandoned after only a few days. She sighed and whispered, "Maybe I'm just not meant to succeed." The next morning, while walking through the local park, she noticed an elderly gardener carefully watering small plants. Curious, Amanda asked, "Why do you water these tiny plants every day? They don't seem to be growing." The old man smiled warmly. "They are growing," he replied. "Just because you can't see the change today doesn't mean nothing is happening." Those simple words stayed in Amanda's mind. That evening, she made a promise not to become successful overnight, but simply to show up every single day. She chose one goal: learning graphic design. On day 1, she practiced for only 20 minutes. The result wasn't impressive. On day 2, she wanted to quit because everything looked difficult. But she remembered the gardener. She showed up. On day 3, she learned one new tool. On day 4, she created her first simple logo. Week after week, Amanda kept going. Some days she felt motivated. Other days she felt exhausted. Some designs looked terrible. Some days she made the same mistakes again and again. Yet every evening, before going to sleep, she proudly placed a small green check mark on her calendar. 30 days later, the calendar was filled with green marks. Her skills had improved, not dramatically, but enough for her to notice. Friends started complimenting her work. For the first time in years, Amanda felt something she had almost forgotten: hope. She realized success wasn't arriving in giant leaps. It was quietly growing through hundreds of tiny actions. Little did she know, her biggest challenge was still waiting ahead. 3 months after Amanda began her journey, an opportunity appeared. A local bakery was looking for someone to create a new logo and social media graphics. Amanda saw the advertisement online, but fear immediately filled her mind. "I'm not good enough. Professional designers will apply. What if they laugh at my work?" She almost closed the page. Then she looked at her calendar, now covered with over 90 green check marks. Each mark reminded her of one simple truth: she had shown up every single day. For the first time, Amanda didn't ask herself if she was talented enough. Instead, she asked, "Have I prepared enough?" The answer was yes. With trembling hands, she submitted her portfolio. Days passed without a reply. Doubt returned, but Amanda didn't stop practicing. Every morning she learned something new. Every evening she improved an old design. A week later, her phone rang. The bakery owner smiled as he said, "Amanda, we loved your designs. We'd like to hire you." Amanda froze. It wasn't the biggest project in the world, but to her, it felt like climbing a mountain. She poured her heart into the work, arriving early, asking questions, accepting feedback, and making improvements without complaining. The client was thrilled. Soon, another small business contacted her. Then another. Within a year, Amanda had built a successful freelance graphic design business. She was no longer chasing motivation, she had built discipline. One afternoon, while walking through the same park where everything had begun, she saw the elderly gardener again. The tiny plants he had watered every day had grown into beautiful trees that provided shade for families and children. The old man smiled and asked, "Did you keep watering your dream?" Amanda smiled back. "Every single day." The gardener nodded. "I knew you would." Amanda realized something that changed her life forever. Success wasn't created by one lucky moment. It wasn't built by talent alone. It wasn't waiting for the perfect opportunity. It was built by ordinary people who chose to take one small step every single day, even when nobody was watching. Years later, Amanda became a mentor for young designers. Whenever someone asked her the secret to her success, they expected to hear about expensive courses, hidden strategies, or natural talent. Instead, she simply held up an old calendar filled with faded green check marks. "This," she said, "is my secret. I showed up every day, and every room fell silent because everyone understood the truth. Great achievements aren't created in a single day. They are created by showing up, one day at a time." Moral: you don't have to be the most talented person to succeed. You simply have to keep showing up, even on the days when progress feels invisible. Consistency turns ordinary effort into extraordinary success.